Olivia had always believed in the sanctity of her marriage. Married to Michael for 15 years, they had built a life that many envied. A charming home in a quiet suburb, two wonderful children, and a deep-rooted partnership that had weathered life's many storms. Yet beneath this picture-perfect exterior, Olivia felt a persistent void, a yearning for passion and validation that the steady rhythm of her everyday life could no longer satisfy. In the early days of their union, Michael and Olivia had been inseparable. Their love was the subject of whispered admiration among friends and family. They shared spontaneous adventures, late-night talks under a canopy of stars, and dreams of a future filled with promise. But as years passed, the fervor of their early romance faded into a predictable pattern of routines. Michael, an architect deeply engrossed in his work, struggled to balance his career ambitions with the intimacy of home life. Meanwhile, Olivia found herself increasingly isolated, her creative spirit stifled by the demands of motherhood and the monotony of daily chores. One crisp autumn afternoon, while attending a local art exhibition in the city, Olivia's world shifted unexpectedly. Amid the soft glow of gallery lights, she met Daniel, a charismatic, enigmatic painter whose very presence exuded vibrancy and life. Daniel's eyes shone with mischief and creativity, and his words flowed like a melody that stirred long-dormant emotions within her. As they conversed about art, literature, and the beauty of living in the moment, Olivia felt an awakening, a spark of possibility that promised to liberate her from the numbness of her routine existence. Their encounter, brief yet electrifying, left Olivia restless in the days that followed. Daniel's invitation to an exclusive evening soiree opened a door to a world she had almost forgotten existed. At that gathering, surrounded by kindred spirits and pulsating energy, Olivia experienced an intoxicating blend of excitement and liberation. Every shared laugh, every whispered secret in the dim light of a secluded corner, reawakened a part of her soul that had been silenced by years of obligation and self-denial. Despite the rush of emotions, Olivia was well aware of the consequences. The clandestine meetings began subtly, a coffee date here, a walk in a moonlit park there, but soon evolved into a passionate affair that consumed her thoughts and feelings. With each encounter, she sank deeper into a world where desire and rebellion overpowered reason. Yet, as the initial thrill of infidelity took hold, it also sowed seeds of inner turmoil and guilt. The allure of Daniel's creative spirit and the novelty of forbidden romance offered a temporary escape. But with every stolen moment, Olivia felt herself drifting further from the life she had once cherished. Late one winter evening, after an especially charged encounter with Daniel, Olivia returned home with a heavy heart and a mind swirling with conflicted emotions. As she quietly stepped through the front door, the familiar warmth of home was marred by an oppressive silence. Michael sat in the living room, his eyes shadowed with sorrow and disbelief. On the coffee table lay her phone, its screen aglow with a message from Daniel. "Every moment without you is a moment wasted." The simple line struck Olivia like a lightning bolt, shattering the fragile illusion she had built around her new life. "Olivia," Michael's voice trembled as he asked softly, "How long?" In that heart-rending moment, time seemed to suspend. Olivia's throat constricted with remorse, and words failed her. Instead, she could only offer a whispered, "I'm sorry," a mere echo of the overwhelming regret that now consumed her. Michael's eyes, once filled with warmth and unwavering trust, were now clouded with a pain that spoke louder than any accusation. That night, as the reality of her betrayal sank in, Olivia felt the crushing weight of regret, a burden so immense it threatened to crush her entirely. In the days and weeks that followed, the atmosphere at home grew unbearably tense. Michael, once the embodiment of gentle reassurance, became a distant shadow drifting through the corridors of their once happy home. Every familiar corner, every cherished memento, now served as a painful reminder of a trust that had been irrevocably broken. Olivia's attempts to mend the rift, writing heartfelt letters, recreating moments of intimacy, and even seeking professional counseling, were met with stoic silence. Michael's wounded heart, scarred by betrayal, seemed impenetrable to her desperate pleas for forgiveness. Haunted by the memories of her secret liaisons with Daniel, Olivia found herself lost in a labyrinth of self-reproach. The passion that had once illuminated her world now left behind only smoldering ashes. Wandering through the empty rooms of her home, she questioned every decision that had led her to this moment. The vibrant escapades with Daniel, which had once promised liberation and renewal, now appeared as hollow echoes of a misguided search for identity and purpose. Each day, as the reality of her actions settled in, Olivia was tormented by the realization that the thrill of forbidden love had come at the steep price of losing the genuine connection and stability of her marriage. One particularly cold and lonely evening, as she sat alone in the dim glow of the kitchen light, Olivia experienced a moment of painful clarity. The life she had so carelessly jeopardized was not merely a series of mundane routines. It was a tapestry woven with shared dreams, enduring love, and memories of laughter and tenderness. In her relentless pursuit of fleeting passion, she had betrayed not only Michael, but also the essence of who she once was. The vibrant woman who had believed in the magic of love had been replaced by someone desperate to fill an emptiness that no extramarital encounter could ever satisfy. Driven by a desperate need to reclaim herself, Olivia made the heart-wrenching decision to end her affair with Daniel. In a tearful conversation that marked the end of an ill-fated chapter, she told him that she could no longer live in a world built on lies and half-truths. Although Daniel's eyes held a glimmer of understanding, the finality in his tone confirmed that the passionate interlude they had shared was doomed to fade into memory. With the affair over, Olivia turned inward, determined to confront the consequences of her actions and to find a path to redemption. The journey toward healing was neither quick nor easy. Olivia sought solace in therapy and poured her heart out in a journal where she chronicled every pang of regret, every moment of introspection, and every step toward rebuilding the shattered fragments of her life. Slowly, she began to understand that her betrayal was not a mere lapse in judgment, but a manifestation of deeper, unmet needs and unspoken sorrows. Through long, solitary nights of reflection and the comforting support of a compassionate therapist, Olivia learned that the path to forgiveness began with accepting her own imperfections and embracing the painful lessons of her past. In time, Michael and Olivia tentatively embarked on a journey of reconciliation. They attended counseling sessions together, where they learned to communicate their deepest fears, the lingering pain of betrayal, and the uncertain hope of a future where trust might one day be restored. Michael's healing was a gradual process. Each tentative smile, each small gesture of forgiveness, was hard-won and fragile. Yet even as the shadows of the past loomed large, there emerged a flicker of hope, a possibility that their love, though scarred, could evolve into something more resilient and sincere. Olivia's regret became a powerful catalyst for personal growth. No longer did she seek validation in the arms of another. Instead, she turned her focus inward to rediscover the qualities that had once defined her. She reconnected with old passions, reading, painting, and volunteering. And in these endeavors, she found not only solace, but a renewed sense of purpose. Every day became an opportunity to atone for her past mistakes, to demonstrate through her actions that she was committed to a future built on honesty and compassion. Now, when Olivia looks into the mirror, she sees more than just the physical traces of time. She sees a woman who has weathered a storm of regret and emerged with a newfound understanding of herself. The memory of her betrayal will always be a part of her story, a scar that serves as a constant reminder of the price of misplaced desire. Yet it is also a testament to the transformative power of regret, the power to learn, to grow, and ultimately to rebuild a life that once seemed irreparably broken. This is the story of Olivia, a woman who, in a desperate search for passion, strayed from the only love she had ever known, only to be consumed by a tidal wave of remorse. Her journey, filled with the bitterness of betrayal and the slow, painful process of redemption, is a reminder that the choices we make leave indelible marks on our hearts. And although the scars may never fully fade, they can guide us toward a future where we honor the lessons of our past and strive to rebuild trust, one tender moment at a time.